Yeah. All right. Well, in the time we have left here, Alan, I'll let you get on with your day, but I'm curious generally, and I've appreciated your tempered and balanced perspectives on these questions. We need some more temper and balance, I think, in these conversations, and I appreciate that. Looking ahead, the election directly behind us, these nominations coming furiously. I'm sure by the time this episode drops, we'll have more news that we could have discussed on this episode. But given where you stand right now and what you're seeing playing out, are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you neutral? Are you cautious? Like what's let me take your temperature on how you're feeling about the next 4 years.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about tomorrow, but I'll go. But I'll go for the next 4 years. I would say I'm optimistic about the next 4 years for life sciences, driven by innovation and the industry's proven resilience. The outlook is strong, with a foundation built on scientific breakthroughs and growing market opportunities. Key drivers of optimism for me are the scientific advancements, targeted therapies, emerging modalities, or revolutionizing disease treatment, offering new hopes for previously untreatable conditions. I think the economic conditions, the backdrop, is certainly better, is trending in a much better direction with interest rates starting to drop. The economic backdrop is becoming more favorable and encouraging investment in the sector. As chronic diseases rise and global population ages, demand for innovative solutions for cardiometabolic health and rare diseases and oncology continue to expand. The industry is very resilient and adaptable. Life sciences have consistently navigated regulatory shifts and challenges, ensuring ongoing progress and innovation. The life science industry remains very well positioned to making a lasting impact on public health and shape the future of medicine. When I think about it, when you think about money spent on foreign aid, defense, relative to what's spent in drug development and pharma, our industry makes a much greater impact on humanity than any of those other endeavors. Why we're always the poster child is probably, making of our own.
Yeah.
But, when you take a step back, there's a lot to be proud of what we've done and continue to do. And I think that instills the optimism for the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Well, like I said, the tempered and thoughtful discussion is appreciated, Alan. It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm looking forward to? As I sit here right now, I'm looking forward to a couple months from now having a drink with you at JP Morgan. Looking forward to seeing you. I'm sure I'll talk to you again before then, but I am looking forward to hanging out with you in San Francisco, which, by the way, I'll be on site. This is for our listeners' benefit. I'll be on site at JPM. I think I'll be recording pretty much all day in-person episodes on the 14th and all day on the 15th. So, hey, if you've got any great biotech execs, founders that are going to be at JPM and want to be on the business of biotech, it's a fine time to get in touch with me, like right now, to get on the schedule because it fills up quickly. But in between all that recording, Alan, we're going to make some time to hang out like we do.
No, that sounds awesome. I look forward to hanging out with you, JP Morgan. I look forward to talking between now and then. And I would also, I think, just add one more thing as we wrap up. I wanted to put some perspective on the U.S. healthcare system and give it some context because we talked about pharma and its impact. But I think it's worth noting that we spend over $4 trillion annually, more than any country. Yet with a younger population, our life expectancy still lags behind many Western nations. We actually pay more for less, believe it or not. This stark disconnect reveals the deep inefficiencies in the system, especially when we consider that only 10% of healthcare spending goes to pharmaceuticals. I think people are focusing on the wrong target. Here's the real issue. While everyone is talking about drug prices, they make up just a small fraction of total spending. It's like the tail wagging the dog. The real boogeyman driving up costs without improving outcomes lies elsewhere in the system. We need to focus on those broader structural problems. Reform isn't easy. Our healthcare system is fragmented with stakeholders siloed and often working in their own interests, not the patients. Imagine if ATM transactions took days because of misplaced records, or if car manufacturers didn't monitor product quality. Extreme. These may be extreme examples, but it highlights the systemic lack of accountability in healthcare. But here's the opportunity. This dysfunction represents a chance to rethink how care is delivered. The key shift will be moving from volume to value, what I call risk sharing, where stakeholders share responsibility for patient outcomes. It's a tough shift, but necessary for real change. As Wayne Gretzky famously said, I skate to where the puck is going, not where it's been. The system will inevitably change, and while it won't be easy, the potential to transform healthcare is enormous. If we get it right, the next few years could bring radical change to both healthcare and the life sciences industry.
Yeah. Hence the bullish, optimistic perspective. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, those are some great analogies, by the way, like great context around ATMs and the automobile industry. That's fantastic. And it is. I mean, it is mind-boggling at times just how rife with inefficiency the most important of those industries is.
It is, and we get so much caught in the here and the now that we sometimes lose track of this. And it goes back to what I said earlier, because we did it yesterday, or did it last year.
Yeah.
And, I think when you're spending $4 trillion on healthcare, there's an opportunity to be more efficient with the way we do it. And particularly, the bottom line is we're not living longer. We're not getting
Yeah.
a return on that money.
Yeah. Yeah. More.
People should be less defensive and more open-minded would be my perspective.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of money at stake, and therefore it really does fall into the category of much easier said than done.
Yeah. Well, on that note, and bringing the conversation full circle, we got started early this morning. I cut into your workout time, so go contribute to your longevity. Finish that workout, Allan. And as always, I appreciate you coming on the show and looking forward to seeing you.
Absolutely, to be continued. Always a pleasure, and look forward to next time.